Hello everyone. I've got a new setup. It looks a little bit more unblack, I guess you could say. And we're actually using the chat that's found over at the Brave Frontier Wiki, which is hosted by Wikia. I tell them to say hi, but we're not live. Anyways, one of my favorite things about when Gummy decides that they want to make an old unit better, as opposed to putting new units in a pool, is they don't have to throw away gems in hopes that maybe, just maybe, magically, I'll get one of those new units. Instead, I get to look at all the units I currently have and say, hey, I can make that one better. So we have the 2nd and the 8th Princess of Rarararara. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it. And they have new forms. They're pretty old units. We've got Alice and Elza. I know there's a joke about letting it go there somewhere, but each of these requires the same thing to evolve. 2 of these stupid things, 1 of these, 1 of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, and hope you've got merit points to spare, because these aren't cheap. Also money, which I don't have because I keep throwing it away on trying to make it to where I can get more money in a guild. And karma, which I have all of. Alright. So we're going to watch her evolve. So her wings have evolved a bit. Character art's changed. The scythe has more of a staff component to it now. Apparently the real world is so big. I'm going to have to better imp her. These are kind of god-awful spheres that are mostly only used in Arena. But we now have the Omni unit for Alice. It's worth noting that in her Omni form, she's got a secondary leader skill, which gives her a slight hit point absorption of about 5 to 10 hit point drain. If she deals damage, she gets a 5 BC fill. Damage taken might restore 20 to 25% of it. There's about a 1 in 4 chance that's going to happen. And she's got a bunch of SP you can unlock. Mostly in regards to bettering her stats. Adding a hit point restore each turn, which is pretty important as far as dark units are concerned. You don't see a lot of dark units that allow you to heal yourself. You can also add a status ailment remover effect to her, which is pretty neat. But we're not just evolving her today. So this here is going to be Elsa. Now, she's got that weird scythe thing going, and all of a sudden, she's got what appears to be almost 2 blades, but I think it's just the way that the blade has moved on the side. She's alright now, so I need to move forward now too. I need to make a new first step. She's referring to Alice, by the way. So she's got some pretty nice bonuses to attack and max hit points. Not horrible leader skills by any way. Her extra skill is that she adds a defense ignoring effect on her Brave Burst and Super Brave Burst that lasts 2 turns. She's got a 5 to 10% hit point absorption, and she'll get an 80% boost to spark damage when her hit points are over 50%, which is not that uncommon. And her SP options are everything from a Brave Burst gauge boost to better spark damage and better spark criticals. You can tell that until recently I wasn't even using one of these units. Which could it be? This is one of the reasons that I just hoard pretty much all the units, so that when that day comes that I need one, they're all right there waiting for me. There we go. Now she has a super brave burst like a normal person, but we're going to go a little more than that. Ultimate Brave Burst. Hooray. Her particular Ultimate Brave Burst is an ungodly 49 combo damage on all foes, which has random status ailment afflictions, enormously boosts spark damage, and damage against status afflicted foes for 3 turns. It also has a 50 BC fill for 3 turns, which means that in most cases, you've got 3 turns where you can just spam whatever. Pretty useful. And of course, we don't want to forget oh, it always amazes me how quickly they can just disappear. Now, Alice's Ultra Brave Burst is only a 27 combo Dark Attack. It does also give you a 2-turn attack reduction. It enormously boosts the attack and defense relative to recovery for 3 turns at a rate of about 150%. It enormously boosts Brave Burst attack for 3 turns. And it fully restores hit points for 3 turns. Definitely pretty useful. Sadly, I don't think that one imp is going to be enough to max her out. But it gets us a little closer, and that's what's important. So, yeah, sometimes it's nice when old content gets an update, because some of us that have been hoarding just forever suddenly find that something we have is useful again.